The first day of the ICC Champions Trophy kicked off today. A tournament where literally nobody cares for. Even Chris Wokes thought, thank fuck for that, when he walked off after 15 minutes with a side strain. This is the Long Hot Cricket Podcast. I'm Dave. This is Owen. We're going to talk about that first day of the ICC Champions Trophy. England versus Bangladesh. But more importantly than any of that is our Fantasy League. We finally got one sorted out. Go to the description where you'll see us throw some links down. And at some point in this episode, we will be talking about our teams. Just a little disclaimer, it's not sponsored, so don't worry about any of that. You don't have to pay. Last time you had to pay, didn't you?
Well, yeah, we didn't
which we didn't do. We would love to see some of your teams in there. Yes, me and Owen, both of our teams are a day late. Yours will be, unless you listen to this after tomorrow's game.
Unless you've already done it.
Yeah, and then you could just add it to our league.
Yeah.
But our links are in the description. And don't worry if you're late. Our teams aren't that good, so you'll catch up.
I don't like your intro.
No?
Very negative.
It's a shit tournament.
Why?
It's not the World Cup, is it?
Well, no, I know, but it's not shit though.
It's not
You've
great.
got all the international teams. You can't have
but
more. You can't have better teams in it.
There's no minnows, and it's a very, very short tournament, isn't it?
People complain about there being minnow teams in tournaments.
No, but I like minnow teams. I like upsets.
minnow teams as well. But
So ICC Champions Trophy isn't for me. I think they should sack it off. I think.
Isn't this like the Euros to the World Cup?
Yeah, but football's actually people actually like football.
But do you know what I mean? It's like you just have the big boys,
Yeah,
and it doesn't take as long, and you just get it done.
yeah,
But no one's really that bothered compared to the World Cup. Not that anyone's really bothered about the World Cup.
Well, cricket-wise,
I think cricket-wise, it depends where you're from as to what matters to you.
I can imagine.
I bet you India care about the World Cup.
Must love that.
Yeah,
Must love all tournaments. Australia, because they're so used to winning them, must love all tournaments.
England only care about the Ashes.
Yeah. I don't care
And
about
some series.
I think
you're bothered about.
Maybe but it's the Ashes is the.
We don't care about the World Cup.
We don't care about the ICC Champions Trophy, but we will be covering quite a lot of games, just because we like to watch cricket.
Yeah,
And talk about it.
we certainly do.
The first game
Yeah,
played at Kia Oval today. Nice place to kick off, and a good game in all respects. I think we'll go through the England team because there's a few changes. Ben Stokes is back. I know there's worries about his fitness, so he's fine. No room for Adil Rashid.
yeah, there we go.
Owen called for it. Owen said, "There's no point if you're not
I'm
going to play."
surprised they did that. Are you?
Not. Yeah, I am, because I don't know if I would have the balls to leave him out. I was calling for him to stay, but I think there was worries about there being a short boundary in the Kia Oval today. The leg side boundary is that I think.
You reckon they didn't pick him because there's a short boundary?
Because I don't think they had enough trust in Moeen Ali as well with that short boundary. That's why I think they went top heavy with pace bowlers.
Do you really think that's why they didn't pick him?
Well,
I'd love it if that was why. But like, look, lads, we can't pick him. But why? Have you seen the boundary? It's tiny. The only way he takes wickets is because he gets smashed.
I think there's no trust in English spin, and I think if the conditions show that it's going to be a road and they're not going to get much out of the pitch, it's going to be difficult for them to bowl on, then they just won't. They just can't bowl them, can they? We've seen Adil Rashid go into games that just not be bowled.
No,
so
I completely agree.
So we see Jake Ball come in for Adil Rashid. Chris Wokes is back for 15 minutes. But Chris Wokes, so the batting lineup stays the same. No Johnny Bairstow, though. Jason Roy keeps his place at the top of the order. The bowling lineup is Stokes is your rounder with Moeen Ali, Wokes, Plunkett, Wood, and Ball. A good pace.
Good bowling attack.
Pace lineup, I think. I think probably only Jake Ball for Adil Rashid kind of thing, but I think that's a nice 11 there from England. England chose to field first today.
Yeah.
Which I can't believe it's got anything to do with conditions.
I don't think so.
It was a road and it was baking hot all throughout the day.
Probably thought we might totally destroy him. We might just skittle them out, and then
I think
easy work.
I think England prefer to to chase, don't they? I think they like that idea of having that full control of knowing how fast to go. But Bangladesh making 305 for 6.
It's all right, isn't it? I thought they would make a bit of a game of it then.
Well, I think they were probably 20, 30 runs short, especially when they were 261 for 2 before the 45th over. So you're thinking they might be able to just try and push on with those where you've got Mushfiqur and Tamim, Tamim played a brilliant knock today.
Yeah.
128 off 142. And we saw him in the winter play well. He looks a really good opener.
Yeah, he's a very good player.
Looks a bit of a Bangladeshi superstar, I think.
Yeah.
I think him with Shakib Al Hassan, probably the best Pakistanis. Bangladeshis, sorry. And it caused a few problems, I think. Having to...
What?
Chasing 305. Because when you saw the innings end, it was not... You couldn't definitely say England were going to win the game, could you?
I don't think England were in much trouble.
When the chase started, they weren't. But I think that's a brilliant innings from Bangladesh. Yes, they are.
I think they did well.
They are 20, 30 runs short, and maybe that is just because they had a bit of a slower start.
And England have got a really good bowling attack.
See, England did well here by picking up both Tamim and Mushfiqur in 2 balls on that 45th over. Now that completely changed the dynamics of the other team. But really, I think England's bowling attack today, it could have been better. It could have been tighter. There was, I think, somebody got dropped early on. I forgot who dropped him. Was it Mo? Had a drop early on. But I think England will be slightly disappointed conceding 300 runs to Bangladesh.
Yeah, but the batting was really good. Like, if you're worried about the batting collapse, like you said, whether that would affect us, that's complete dominance.
So let's just run through a few of the bowling figures. Wokes can only bowl the 2 overs today. Comes off with a side strain.
Yeah.
It's a big miss, isn't it?
Yes.
Because he's probably our best bowler.
Yeah, and a really, really useful batsman.
If Adil Rashid's not in the team to bat, then that tail becomes a little bit longer.
That means he's come back in, isn't it? Oh, he's definitely.
I don't know. We'll have a chat about that, I think, maybe towards the end of this show. Woods really surprised me in how, you're thinking someone that fast might get hit around the park, but 58 off his 10, no wickets today, but good to see.
I mean, I wouldn't judge him yet.
No?
Well,
are you judging him on fitness, or are you?
No. I mean, as in getting hit around the park for being quick.
Right, you're saying he needs...
It's like he's bowled at Bangladesh. Not that they're not good batting, but
bowled very well against South Africa.
Yeah, but that can happen.
Somebody who has got hit around the park, and this is a couple of times in a couple of weeks now, is Jake Ball, 82 for 1 off 10.
Yeah.
Jake Ball's place under threat, or is it because it's Wokes' injury? A side strain, I think that's going to keep you out for a while. Do you think that keeps Jake Ball in the limelight to continue playing?
I think it's that's probably Rashid's spot, which is a shame.
Do you think Rashid would have gone for any less than Ball?
Not if he'd have bowled 10. I reckon he'd have matched him over 6.
But the standout bowler, of course, is Liam Plunkett, who we keep on saying it.
He's just getting better.
4 for 59.
Yeah.
Off his 10. Now that's incredible. I'm a big Plunky fan.
He's just getting better.
You hated him.
I did.
Because you said that
when
he bowls too short.
He did.
And he doesn't
when he started, that's why he didn't play for England for ages.
He
had a stint of playing for England, and he just bowled short and got smashed. But since he's come back, a bit of an old boy, he's just getting better and better.
He's probably now the first person on the... Now Wokes is injured, the first person on the England bowling list, isn't he? I think he's that
probably
good now.
The fast bowlers, I think probably.
Definitely, probably the number one pick. But
go with that.
Do you want to move on to the batting?
Yeah, I was saying.
Is there anything you want to pick up from the bowling? No.
No, I'm quite happy. Yeah, I was all right with the bowl. Quite happy with the bowling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know this was the highest ever run chase in ICC Champions Trophy?
Really?
There's only ever been one after over 300 runs. That's gonna change this game.
Yeah.
This ICC Champions.
That'll
change a few times, I think.
Yeah.
So Jason Roy can't buy a run at the moment, and he plays the scoop that goes straight down Fine Leg's throat.
Mm.
Is Fine Leg the one where you bring it up inside the circle?
No.
Like,
Well, it can be. Short fine leg.
No, deep Fine Leg is way back, isn't it? Fine Leg's brought up.
No. Fine leg is all the way back.
So what's brought
Like
up then?
45 on the one.
So
Or like short fine leg.
short Fine Leg.
Or like
Maybe.
nearly like a fly slip, but a deeper fly. No,
Yeah,
deeper leg
than-
slip. Like
deeper than
Yeah.
leg slip. Short Fine Leg, maybe. I don't know. It's so difficult to comment on a shot like this.
play straight.
It's infuriating, but we would have been saying if he was in form and it would have gone. If he was in form, it would have gone for 4, and we'd be like, "Bloody brilliant shot that was, oh boy."
I wouldn't say that.
No, but you could see being like, "Oh, 360 cricket."
He hasn't
and all
faced
this.
10 balls yet.
Well,
What's he doing?
That is a problem, isn't it?
What's he doing?
He's not in any sort of form, and he's playing that shot. Must be getting worried. What happened was he played a shot. He clipped it off his legs into probably hit the fielder directly, and it was a brilliant shot. Would have gone for 4 any other time. But then it looked like, do you know what? It's like, those worries of not being able to beat the field, so we're going to play a silly shot, and effectively got out from it.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously some like psychological problem because he hasn't faced 10 balls yet.
No, and it's
like,
also
to feel under pressure at that point is just ridiculous.
I think not being in form and going into a Champions Trophy is probably playing on his mind quite a lot. But I think his place is safe in the team. I think just because he's an opener.
Yeah.
Let's say if he was batting 5 or 4,
Yeah,
then
I think
Johnny Bairstow would be really breathing down his neck. But I don't think Sam Billings.
if he was batting 4 or 5, he'd be out of the team.
Yeah, he would be, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
But I think because he's the opener, it would just gives him a little bit more.
And I think he's
leeway.
right at the start of his bad run. If
Well,
that makes sense, he's stuttering into it, and if it keeps going, he's in trouble.
Yeah. So yes.
But
yeah.
he needs to like stop the rock
And
quickly.
The only problem is this was a flat wicket.
Yeah,
Look at the people who got in.
I know.
Jason Roy he had all 50 overs to play with. Just stay there.
I'll tell you what.
Battle your way through.
I was thinking that would annoy you is Hale's not managing to get 100. You just have like this major thing of being peed off if people get 90s.
I don't think Alex
Like you just don't
Hales
like it.
has got the mentality to play international cricket.
What do you mean?
Because
It's like 95. If he'd have got 100, you'd be like, brilliant.
yeah, but do you know,
95 like that is shocking.
he's got down and tried to play a hacky kind of sweep.
He does that when he gets into
I
the
think he gets nervous around
late
80.
80s.
I think he gets nervous.
He
around
starts
80.
playing those like big hoiky shots, even if there's a man out. He's been caught
Yeah.
when there's a man out there when he was in the
Well,
80s and 90s.
That's how he got caught. He got
Yeah.
caught, deep square leg, if you want to call it that, and it's gone straight to him.
I think he just wants to get through it.
I think
Like, he
I
gets
think
really
gets
spooked
nervous.
and just
Yeah.
wants to get
I
through
think
it.
You're exactly right.
It's like, hopefully, I'll just melt a few and get it done with.
Now, 95 is a brilliant. I can't take that away from him.
Yeah, off
It's
86.
fantastic.
That's really
it's a
good.
great innings, but really, you
Should be
just
getting 100.
should be getting 100. It was not the most prettiest of innings you've ever seen.
I don't think he'll ever play the most pretty innings you'll ever see, though.
No, he's not.
He's not like he's not that sort of beautiful to watch kind of batsman, is he?
He's especially when we had the likes of Mortaza, who was bowling. I think a couple of the other Bangladeshis were bowling real variations, and a lot of them coming through as cutters and slower
Right.
balls. And sometimes it looked ungainly with Alex Hales, and he was lucky.
He does
to get,
look a bit ungainly.
He was lucky not to get bat onto anything. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Because it would have just gone straight up in the air. Some of the shots he plays, it's like we see it so often now. Is this hoik?
Yeah,
This
I
kind of
hate
like
it.
the baseball hoik shot goes.
I
over
think
tail
Roy
corner.
looks technically nicer
It
than
looks a
Hales
lot
does.
more
He looks,
attractive,
yeah, he
because
looks much more compact and much better.
But I'm glad Hales has found runs early on, and
Yeah, that's good. Always good.
somebody who did look brilliant at the crease, but he always does, is Joe Root, who played some quite brilliant shots through cover and extra cover today. Proper cricket shots.
Yeah.
Actually, up into 100, it was a innings that would remind me of a Jonathan Trott ODI inning.
Right. Yeah.
Run a ball or maybe a
But that's
strike rate,
perfect when you're
strike rate
chasing
of
like a 300.
strike rate of 85 to 100.
Yeah.
Knocking
that's
it
fine.
round. Not really. He was giving nothing away. He was just knocking it around, playing nicely. Did pick up a knock though. He's done his calf in.
He'll be right.
Well, he picked up the knock when he was on 61, I think.
Yeah.
And he scored more runs after it. But that was a brilliant innings. Obviously, when England knew they were kind of home, he started to hit out a little bit. That's why he's been able to pick up those extra, I think, 4 or 5 boundaries and a 6. 4 or 5 fours and a 6, which really shows it's a brilliant innings. But he was really playing like a Jonathan Trott way, which I really like to see, I think. You don't need to play like Alex Hales and be brute force, do you? All the time.
I'm not sure that Alex Hales is brute force. I think the reason why Alex Hales has batches of form is I think he's like purely dependent on timing.
Yeah, I think
as soon as his timing's out, he doesn't have the technique at that level to get through a bad patch of timing, so he'll just get out.
But when you watch Alex Hales, I know there's a different. I'm not saying that they're similarly matched in, but I'm saying the way that they play. If you watch Hales play alongside, a Root or even further down a Wokes, there's different styles of playing there, and I think Alex Hales really looks to cream the ball to the boundary, while someone like a Root or a Wokes or maybe even a Moeen Ali will look to play more delicately.
Moeen Ali's quite moey as well, though.
Yeah, but
he's a bit. Well, he's not actually. He looks way nicer.
But I think
hits the ball well.
If you go and watch him at Worcester play for number 3, he plays very delicately.
Yeah, I think Alex Hales. The problem is Alex Hales does really well when he times it, and then when he gets into like the 80s and 90s, then he starts trying to melt it, and then gets in trouble.
Yeah, well, he was certainly melting a few today, and I just think, look to knock it around in stages. I think
He obviously just gets a bit spooked and tries to get through it.
Yeah, he's an explosive player, but you don't.
I wonder whether he just once he struggles through and gets to one, might just go, it's not that bad.
Well, the thing is though, we've seen him hit 170 odd.
Yeah, but he smashed through it. Is what I'm saying.
Yes, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
What if he manages to nerdle through one and struggle? You might go, actually, it's possible. I don't have to just go melting it to try and get there.
Although we're probably being slightly harsh. He did pick up
95 is brilliant, yeah.
Someone who did have a brilliant innings, and that was Morgan, 75 off 61.
He's in good form, isn't he?
Now, he can play some really weird shots, but they go for 6.
He is
running
weird,
down the wicket and some real
his whole
spank in the
he
ball.
all looks
he's not
bizarre.
Yeah. The thing is, though, is that actually I think if you put Hales and Morgan together, I think when it comes off and Morgan uses his force or his
He's
slugging,
much shorter though.
he looks better.
He's not
when
as
he does it.
gangly.
No, he's not.
He's
Alex
much more
Hales is
punchy.
Yeah, Alex Hales is, I think, an ugly batsman, I think. But Morgan, not outscore of 75 off 61.
Yeah.
And that's perfect. That's what he does well. He comes down
thug, isn't he?
and he'll finish.
Yeah.
Right. And the bowling, I'm afraid, was bang average from Bangladesh. Roy got himself out and so did Hales. And Root almost got himself out in the last couple of overs. Fielding was okay. Wasn't, nothing was going to set.
They should struggle.
Although
they should struggle against England, though, shouldn't they? That's pretty what you would expect that game, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I said that Bangladesh would beat them, but
and I think this just proves the point even more that England's batting lineup is so superior to any other batting lineup and to their bowling lineup.
it's quite good to see that Bangladesh gave England a game, though.
Well, it's
wouldn't have been that
perfect.
long ago that it would have just been an absolute waste of time.
I think it's perfect preparation for England going into the trophy tournament as well, rather than seeing them bowled out for 220, put them 300, and England got a chase, and especially against spin because England haven't played left-arm spin well ever since I could remember.
But I mean, it's nice for Bangladesh.
Yeah,
it's
of course,
just be like, you know what,
yeah.
we're competing.
Well,
now. We're right up there.
They're your.
Yeah, I think they're a good team.
They're your dark horses, aren't they, Bangladesh?
I think they could beat anyone. They could beat anyone. And you can't say that for them a while ago.
No, of course not.
They're now there.
They're number 6 in the world.
Yeah.
England number 5.
Exactly. Well,
So-
that's But
we
okay.
I know how we feel about that. Big partnerships today. Good to see. 150 odd for Hales and Root, and then the same for Morgan and Root. Good to just see him get in, not get out.
Got so many batsmen as well. Like England are usually saved by the players that haven't batted yet.
Yeah,
it's like that's crazy. That's a strong team.
Yeah, it's without seeing Ben Stokes, Butler, or Mowing.
Yeah, I mean that's really strong.
That is really strong.
Do you think if we were setting, we'd have set way past 300?
I think
because they would have just gone much harder.
We'd hit 350. Yeah,
and Butler would have come in his perfect scenario, where it's like 10 overs left and he can do whatever the hell he wants.
I think we would have hit 350.
Yeah,
or more. I think England. What did they do it off? They did it when they were cruising. They did it off 48 overs.
Yeah.
They would have.
Like you say, it's a really good setup, isn't it?
Yeah.
To start for the tournament. It's pretty good.
Do you think they always talk about net run rate, don't they? Because that's how it's almost like your goal difference in football. This obviously puts England in a good net run rate because they chase it down fairly quickly and a big score. But I don't
know how much difference it will make in the end.
Going through this tournament. There's a game. What are you doing tomorrow? What we got to tell them if we're going to cover tomorrow's game?
We can do.
Australia versus New Zealand is a bit of a big derby there, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it is.
So are you about tomorrow evening?
Yes.
We shall be covering Australia.
Oh no. I don't know. I have to let you know. But we can cover it. We could still do it when we do an England one. We could cover other ones.
Yeah.
I would be better, yeah, but I don't know.
On the day. So
we'll
you might be busy.
I might be busy.
Yeah, we don't know if we're going to cover that.
Okay.
Probably finish about 6-7 o'clock.
Right.
So we'll have to wait and see. See, this is what happens when generally lets the podcast
That's
down.
not true.
Quality of it does deteriorate when Owen's involved. Let's talk about our
cover it by yourself.
Fantasy Trophy tournament. You can find this on fantasyicc.cricket.com. There's a link below. And we're going to run through our teams. What would you like to go first?
No, I reckon we should do it player by player.
Player by player?
Yeah.
Okay then. So what's your team's name?
What's your team name?
Dave's Donuts.
It's weird. We've both gone food related, but mine's got nothing to do with my name.
Oh, shame.
I just couldn't really think of anything, so I went for Knick Knack Noodles. There's no relation to anything there, just something different.
Interesting. I'd like
Dave Donuts.
Well, I wanted to put my name in there in case someone does come in the league and they know exactly.
Well, now they know mine.
Right then, so how many batsmen have you got? 4?
Yeah, this annoyed me.
4
It limited you.
Batsmen. So my first batsman is Steve Smith.
Right. Okay.
I think Steve Smith will have I think he's in really good form at the moment, and I think he will have a good tournament, being probably him and David Warner being the big Australians.
Yes. I've got Martin Guptill.
Yes.
I've always liked Martin Guptill.
Now, Martin Guptill was in one of my teams, actually.
I've always liked Martin Guptill, and he usually does well. I don't know what kind of form he's in or anything.
Very good form, actually, yeah.
Right,
I think him and Kane Williamson are.
I'm a fan of the gut.
Yeah, Martin Guptill, I had him actually in my lineup, and then I had to go back and rearrange, and he was the one to lose out, actually. But good thinking there with Martin Guptill.
He was quite cheap as well. He's not that expensive.
I think when you go and do your ICC Champions Trophy fantasy draft at home, obviously each player is marked out at 10 points, and you get, what was it, 75 to do a team of 11. Yeah. So obviously the best players, like I think Virat Kohli was 10 out of 10, and Ben Stokes was 9 out of 10. So you've got to.
There are some finds, though.
There are some good finds. So my second batsman is Hashim Amla.
Right.
Think he will have a good tournament.
Mine is exactly the same.
You gone with Hashim as well?
I got the Amla.
You said you said he was done.
No, I didn't.
You said he was not.
I
in
said
good
I
form.
prefer Quinton to Cott.
You said he was not in good form.
I did say that. No, did I?
Yeah.
I did, yeah, but he's.
You said he was done. You said he was.
I never said he was done.
You said he should retire now.
I didn't.
Hashim Amla, I think, will score runs. I think he'll be. He's kind of like that route, isn't he? You can stay there long enough and get.
Yeah, he is rather good.
A quality ODI player, average of over 50.
Yeah, that's always good, isn't it?
I've gone with the Pakistani for my third batsman.
Go on.
And that's Azhar Ali.
Okay.
I think he will be
Is he cheap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
6, I think. 6 out of 10.
Oh, right.
But also, I wanted a Pakistani in there
Right.
because...
Yeah, I think you want to vary your
Yeah,
nationalities.
just so you get points over
Yeah.
the whole tournament. Now, as early, I think a lot depends on him with the batting. You know what? I say all this, I could be chatting absolute shit.
I
Remember last
wouldn't really
time we did the
I don't
IPL
think-
and
yeah,
most
right.
players I've picked were either injured, done for drugs, or
Banned.
retired. So Azhar my third batsman. How about you?
Owen Morgan.
Yeah, no,
That
I
was
had,
my third
that's so
batsman.
strange because I had Owen in my team and I had to lose
He
him.
was quite cheap as well.
Yeah, I think he was like
For
6.57, wasn't
what
he?
he is, so, and he's in great form.
He's in very good form, and
Owen
I
Morgan.
almost chose Owen
Owen
Morgan for my team. Yeah, good pick there. I
Yeah.
think. To end my batsman, I got Kane Williamson.
Okay.
I think.
What was he? He's like 8.5, wasn't he? I thought he was cheap.
8.
Or was it 8?
8.
I think that's unfair, isn't it?
You think that's too expensive?
He's one of no.
Or
I
too
think
cheap?
Yeah.
Thing is that I've picked players where I think the team depends on them if they're going to go far in this tournament.
Right. Okay.
And I think those players, they're all
Yes.
they have to fire for
They're
the
very
team to go fire
important.
to do well. Kane Williamson, I think him. You've got Guptill, I've got Kane.
Yeah.
You know we've got
They're
the
very
firepower
important,
of New
aren't
Zealand
they?
batting lineup. Now your keeper.
I haven't said we haven't done my fourth batsman.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go on then.
My fourth batsman. I've got Steve Smith as my fourth batsman.
So you went with
Yeah. Got
with Smithy
Smithy
as
in there
well.
because he's going to be
You hate Steve
majorly
Smith,
important.
though.
No, I know, but
you like. I'm surprised. I didn't put Virat Kohli in there because I didn't want to cheer him on to do well. I hate Virat Kohli, and you don't like Steve Smith. So
no, I know, but he'll probably do well,
you
won't he?
think he'll do well?
So-
No, David Warner. I thought you might go with
I
Warner.
was going to go with Warner,
He's
but
just slightly too expensive.
I had to keep rebuild my team, and he was really
He
expensive.
was like 9.5
Yeah.
out of 10.
So-
Isn't he? My keeper is Quinton de Kock.
Nice.
Have you matched me with that one?
No, I haven't.
Well, that's a surprise.
I've
'cause
got
you're-
AB. AB's my keeper.
See, I don't like AB. So I
It's
can't-
only because he's
I can't
not
cheer him
playing
on.
Test match
Yeah,
cricket.
but I
But
can't cheer him on.
okay. But AB is my
I'm
keeper. I
surprised
couldn't
you-
believe he was my keeper.
I'm surprised you didn't
'Cause
go
he's
with
not going to
Quinton.
be keeping.
Yeah, that is straight.
So
But I suppose you
he's
got
just
another
another
batsman.
batsman.
haven't you?
So
I'm surprised you didn't go with Quinton de
Quinton's
Kock.
not exactly not a batsman, is he?
Well, yeah, no, he's the opener.
So no, I'm happy with AB. I'd prefer AB if I can have him as a keeper than Quinton.
right,
if that
okay,
makes
yeah,
sense.
Yeah,
So
fair enough.
quite happy with that.
Have you gone with 2 all-rounders or 1?
2.
2, good. So my first all-rounder is Santner from New Zealand.
Okay.
Cheap option.
Right.
Needed
Was
to...
he your cheapest player?
No.
No, you got okay.
Just a guy who can hit it long and
Right.
can bowl.
I
Nothing
got
special. Go on.
Jadeja,
Now, I thought about Jadeja, but I just didn't know how much spin was going to take force in this and whether they're going to hit.
but he's a bit of like a slingy, skiddy spinner
Yeah.
anyway. He's not.
I'd
a
rather have
major turner
Jadeja
or-
and Ashwin in this. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
But Ashwin's expensive.
Was he
Yeah,
really
he's
expensive?
expensive.
See, I haven't got a spinner in my lineup. Oh, maybe I don't know. Maybe does Pereira bowl spin because he's my next all rounder
Right.
from Sri Lanka. No idea. It's just a cheapie. Need to
That's not little 300 Test wicket Pereira, is it?
get- no, that's Pereira.
That's her. That's it, isn't it?
Put.
Yeah.
P for Percy Pereira.
Are you sure it's not called Pereira? The other one,
That's
Herrera,
Harath.
is it?
That's Harath.
Harath. No, it's not.
300 Test wickets. The chubby guy.
Yeah,
That's Harath.
I think it is.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
More
right,
comments
well-
coming your way.
Because I picked that guy originally,
Right,
thinking
okay.
it was him,
Okay,
and then
yeah.
looked, so that's not him. So I had to get rid of him.
So who's your other all rounder?
I've got Angela Matthews because I think he's one of the linchpins for
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka.
I think he might get runs, but I can't see him getting wickets on
He might do.
these. Bit.
He might
Maybe
do.
if he-
And he wasn't that expensive,
No, he wasn't, was he?
so I think that's
The
pretty good.
all-rounders weren't great to pick from, I don't
No,
think, because you had the
they're
really
not.
expensive ones of Stokes, and then Dross.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm quite happy with my 2 all rounders. Quite happy with that.
They're probably my weakest part of my team. Actually,
My team's
all-rounders.
quite strong.
Yeah, I
I'm
think.
quite happy with my team.
Yeah, I think
Who's your first bowler?
it is Rabada.
Rabada. Okay,
I've gone with somebody who I think's just got outright pace, bowls very cleverly,
he's very fast.
and
very
I
quick.
just think he will. He's in good form. I think he'll do well. In
He was expensive, isn't he? He's going to be expensive.
8?
Was it 8? Oh,
Yeah, 7.5, 8. Yeah.
I've gone Mark Wood. He was dirt cheap.
Yeah,
Got 4.
I had Woody in my team, but I just didn't know how much he was going to play.
No, I know, but
he was
very,
very,
very
cheap.
cheap.
Yeah.
So that's why I got in my team.
My second is Amir, Pakistan.
All right,
I think
you gone for both of them.
Yeah, we have compared these two on the podcast before. I just think Amir will do well in English conditions.
Especially
if he can get a chance to bowl first, and he's fast,
and he can slog. He might get some runs.
I think Amir.
I think he's a very good pick.
I think he will do well in England. Go on then. What's your
Wahab Riaz?
You gone for Riaz?
Yeah,
Okay, so
he's
you gone for another
rapid and he gets
Pakistani.
some wickets.
Yeah, I think
he does get wickets. He always does.
He's
very quick.
Talisman if Pakistan do well with the ball, it will be with Riaz. He's
So
very quick, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's cheap.
Was he?
Yeah, he wasn't that expensive.
I know I've gone for an Indian for my third seamer.
Right.
I've gone for Bumrah.
Okay.
Oh, I don't think he's that good.
No, I was looking at him.
Everybody bashes. Oh, he's such a brilliant seamer. I've watched him play England. I thought he was dog shit.
He's definitely not dog shit.
But I've gone down to thinking he might have. He's very good at his Yorkers, and he's also good with his variation with his slower ball. But I had to do it because I think he only cost me like.
Let's be honest. It's just who knows, but it's not a bad shout.
No, I'm hoping he does do well, though I'm not his biggest fan.
I got Tim Southey.
I had Southey in
again
my team
because
at one
if
point.
New Zealand do well,
Really
he's going to do
brilliant,
well.
Brilliant.
So I've gone with him.
I've gone. My last ball is Liam Plunkett. I think he's just in brilliant form.
Very good bowler. My last bowler was Wayne Parnell.
He was so
England,
cheap.
And he's dirt cheap.
And he bowled well against England.
Yeah, so he's going to get picked, hopefully.
He was like 3.5 out of 10 points, and I thought I had an idea of bringing him in, but I think
who have you picked for double points?
Quinton de Kock.
Oh, I picked AB de Villiers.
Yeah, I think it's good to have.
Yeah,
I think Quinton. Although AB won't be playing as a wickie.
No, I know.
I think actually choosing your wicketkeeper is good because they're always in the game with the fielding.
I'm happy with my team.
Yeah, I think I'm fairly happy with mine. I think I was a little bit let down with I didn't like the idea of the two.
Who are your two all-rounders?
Santner and Pereira.
Yeah, that is the weakest bit of your team.
No, I think I've got a very good batting lineup, a very good bowling lineup, but the way that you had to choose your rounders was kind of difficult with this setting.
I think my whole team's pretty strong.
Yeah, So who are your all-rounders again?
I've got Jadeja and Matthews.
See, Jadeja's obviously, I think, a lot stronger than Matthews. I don't know how well Matthews is going to do with the ball.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
But he might do very well with the bat.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
And Jadeja, you're right. That slingy action
exactly.
might do well. Yeah, good pick there. Just to let everybody know, the league is called...
Yeah, I need to enter my team into the league.
The league is called It is Long Hop Cricket Pod.
Right.
And make sure you check out the pin, which is a long pin number you've got to enter, but that will be down in the link below. Make sure you get involved. We'd really like to see.
Be cool, wouldn't it?
A lot of
you can
people
get quite a few teams in there.
Yeah, that's
good.
For those of you who comment a lot, Triple CO, Ed, Jack Peters, that man who called out Owen the other day. Let's see where you put your mouth.
Was funny.
Yeah, put the money where your mouth is and go and beat Owen because
what?
He just doesn't know what he's talking about. Anyway, we might be back tomorrow. If not, then we don't know. England are playing on Tuesday. There's a big game on Sunday, I think. Sunday or Saturday, India versus Pakistan. We'll obviously let you know when we're next going to do a podcast. Keep subscribed. If you're new around here, subscribe because we will be doing a lot of the ICC Champions Trophies games. If there's any games you want us to look at, make sure you leave us a comment. All comments are welcome. We'd love hearing from your comments. And give us a like if you've enjoyed it. We shall see you
soon.
Most definitely soon.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow, maybe in the next couple of days anyway. Thank you.
Cheers, guys.